All right, while we get ourselves ready for the first racing heat of the day for support class, Pro-Am riders, you can position yourselves at the bottom of the start queue, the bottom of the BMX ramp. You're going to be the next riders in the gate. This will tick past quickly. The first support race, just a 5-lapper. Should be able to smash this out in just under 10 minutes time of racing. These are the top riders that got the job in their gates. They managed to see off quite a lot of competition to make their way into their first final. 2 racing finals for each of the support, Pro-Am and Pro riders. And the first race is now 4 minutes on the countdown. 4 minutes to go. So once again in the gate, Bevan Prost, the top qualifier on this category, ahead of Aston Allen, Ryan Lammer, Clayton Codd, and Dumal Duplessis. Graham Krief, Enzo Kuhn, Ryan Curtis, Matt Battersby, Michael Lange, Calvin Garvey, Tristan Borges, Devin Piazza Musso, Andrew Nell, Derek Van Aspeken, and Rourke Pedersen. The first of 2 racing heats for the support class on now a 3-minute countdown. If you weren't here for the morning session, the riders have already been out here for many hours, doing around about 3 hours of open practice throughout all the categories, covering our junior support, Pro-Am, men and women. Then we went into qualifying. We've come straight out of qualifying, and then we go into our racing heats. 2 main events, 2 heats for the riders to decide who goes through into the mains come the end of play today. The track is doing an amazing job for us. Monte Casino hosting us perfectly for the opening round of the championship as we're coming up on a 2-minute countdown. 2 minutes to go for our first race of the big show. The support class riders will be jumping off the Yamaha start ramp and going straight into the hole shot. All eyes on the flagman. We are under starters orders. Monte Casino, here we go. A great situation here. That looks like Matt Battersby pulls the cheese and gets the hole shot. Matt Battersby, the big guy from Bikers Warehouse, is up there. Clayton Codd on a borrowed bike. Ryan Curtis jumps up into the number 2 spot. 5 laps of racing for our support riders. Bruno Nubia squeaks his way now inside of a top 10. Super important to get that first good lap under your belt. Graham Krief gets jammed up. He's out the back door at the moment. He's going to have to work super hard to try and break his way into the numbers. So it is big Matt Battersby from Bikers Warehouse and Ryan Curtis who skies the big double to close things down. And Codd running 1, 2, and 3 right now. Oh, Codd's dropped 1 position. Codd down into number 4 spot. So there is Battersby. That is the first clean lap, so 4 laps remaining. Borges recovers nicely from a bit of a scrappy opening lap to get himself back on point. Dumal Duplessis is there. Van Aspeken makes a hash of the final turn as Double G, Graham Krief, wheelies and skies and goons his way through to go onto his lap. Already we've seen some changes there. So Ryan Curtis has made the pass now. Ryan Curtis leads now on the course. He's made the pass on Battersby on lap number 2. We're going to see some chopping and changing at the moment. But Curtis now into the lappers as we may see a move for the lead here. Banging bars to see what they can get done. So Matt Battersby, his second lap causing him issues. Starts to get jammed up on a couple of obstacles. Keeps the wheel spinning as he starts to get closed down now by Borges. Bruno Nibua makes a mistake of the end of the log matrix as he starts to get closed down. Ryan Curtis still in the sweet spot at the moment. So Curtis in charge of this run right now. Our race leader turning the double concrete pipes at the bottom. Race leader over the tabletops. It's going to be 2 laps to go when he comes under the stripe. Race leader, 2 laps remaining for Ryan Curtis. The 109 still in good shape. Deep into the lappers now. 5 laps, absolutely wild and bedlam. And you're going to see a lot of these riders start to fade like flowers as we start to close in on the final quarter of the event. Nice comeback ride from Battersby, getting a bit of a second wind as he gets closed down by Cod. More riders starting to make some shapes over the pink skips. One of the obstacles that started to cause the most issues on the day and on the track. Ryan Curtis rolling through the course at the moment. No mistakes, and he has been pinpoint perfect since lap number 2, where he saw clear air. And Curtis is over the tabletop. Ryan Curtis on the KTM in that black and gold Thor gear. 1 lap to go for Curtis. 1 more lap, Curtis. You got this, brother. The riders really battling. Bruno Nibio goes up and over and out the front door at the bottom of the pink skips. Cod gets jammed up there, and riders are tripping over each other coming into those pink skips. Little Bruno muscles his bike up and over, and we'll see the end of that lap to kind of get clear of what is now absolute bedlam here at the pink skips. Everyone trying to get their way through. Arms are hanging, legs are broken, lungs are hanging out, and more than half the field is jammed up in the final turn as our race leader comes into view in the black and gold kit. Curtis on the 109. He is up and through, but it is Joburg 5 o'clock traffic. The flag is out though. Curtis is looking for a line down the middle, and Curtis on the 109 takes the checkers. Curtis, you did a banger job there, brother. Banger ride. Tough conditions for the riders to deal with out here right now, but coming to the end of the first support race.
Please understand, I'm gonna take it to the setting sun. I promise not to hurt no one.
Quite a scrappy end to that race. All the guys getting super tired. The pink skips causing all the big issues out there. So confirmation of Ryan Curtis taking the win. We'll let the timing and scoring guys pick up the rest of the pieces. I was just keeping an eye on the guy that was running the big numbers out front. Remember, you will be seeing the support class races a little bit later on this afternoon. So Pro-Am riders coming up next. Gabe DeToy. Jared Dick will be on the gate. Armand Fourie, Adam Back, Brendan Swanepoel, Devastator, that's Devon Smith, Tim Camp, Matty Wilson, Liam Scoombridge, Raymond Language, Ruben Peters, Ruben Flores, and Kerbis Bester, as well as Elru van der Westhuizen and Mitch Fallon will be the next riders on the gate coming up to the Yamaha start ramp. All right, Monte Casino, I hope you're loving the show we've brought to you. We've been dealing with all kinds of weather over the last couple of days, but the track crew here have done an amazing job. Are you enjoying the show? Out of the first tough Super Enduro. Next up, it's going to be our pro support riders. And straight after that, it'll be the first time you get to see the pro big bangers, the big swingers who throw down the hottest laps in this morning's practice and qualifying sessions. We've already seen the top ladies, junior 65s and 85s support class, giving us our first winner on the big track. That was Ryan Curtis getting the job done. And now we welcome our pro support riders. 15 crazy kids going out there to see what they can do on a 5-lapper. All right, guys, can you hear me down there with your helmets on? Maybe just shut your engines. I'm going to call you one by one to the gate for gate pick. First gate pick in the Pro-Ams, Gabe Dutoy. Come forward, please. Take your gate. Next gate pick is going to be going to Jared Dick. Third is Armand Furi. Adam Back on the Yami. Brendan Swanepoel on the Sherco. Devastator. And Timothy Camp. Tim Camp. All right, let Tim get his position. Maddie Wilson, come to the gate, please. And Liam Schoombridge. Raymond Langridge to the gate. And Ruben Peters, Ruby Roo. And Ruben Flores. Curvis Bester. Alru. And Mitch. All right, understarters orders. Here we go, another 5-lapper. Adam Back fires the Yamaha out there on the gate. So Adam Back on the Yami has done an incredible job. Himself and Armand Fourie and Devastator go bar banging together, but it's the Yamaha Pro that runs out front. Devastator and Armand Fourie goes out the front door. Gabe DeToy now moves up. Wilson and Ruben Peters now banging bars as Swanepoel starts to make his way up the order as well. Remember, this is a 5-lapper, so it's going to be wild and crazy. Adam Back riding out of his skin at the moment to run clear air. He's going to go for the double. There's Gabe DeToy smashing the front end of his KTM at the end of the logjam. That's going to allow Armand Fourie to move his way up the order and retake a top 3 position. Swanepoel now going to chase down on the leading pack as all riders figure it out. Adam Back at the moment still leads and extends away from Devastator. So the Blue Crew Yamaha rider is getting the job done already into the lappers, extending away from the 106 of Devon Smith. Armand Fourie back up into the number 3 spot. DeToy into a number 4 as we start to see a nice battle raging between Matty Wilson and Swanepoel for a top 5. Ruben Peters in a number 6 and Alru van der Veste is a number 7. Kurbis Bester follows suit. And Dick is now moving his way inside of a top 10 just ahead of Language. There's our race leader on the Yami coming through the traffic. Devastator gets jammed up behind Ruby Roo. So Back has got a bit of a pass at the moment. In great shape on the Yamaha as Devastator now recovers. They're on the same bit of track once again. And the gap between our race leaders. There's Adam Back going around to the outside of Prost. Stays away from Prost, does a great job. And he's heading into Motul Logjam Alley. It's going to be 2 laps to go for our Yamaha main man. There's Devastator. He's doing a good job. But Armand on the Raceworks KTM is closing him down. DeToy not able to run with the pace of the top 2 at the moment. Race leader, 2 to go for Adam Back. 2 laps remaining for our top pro. 2 laps to go, Adam. 2 laps to go. Frosty gets jammed up. Devastator's there. Now it's a bar-to-bar battle. Devastator goes outside. Armand goes inside. That's a pass for a number 2 spot. Armand Fourie up into 2nd place now, making the pass on Devastator. As Gabe DeToy also makes the pass. Devastator cramping up on the race. Adam Back clean sailing so far. A lap and a quarter to go for the Yamaha main man. He's got his lines dialed in here at the moment. As Armand Fourie on the Raceworks KTM moves up into a number 2 spot. Stretching away from DeToy and Devastator. Here's Yamaha's Adam Back. When he sees the checkers, or sees the finish line, it's going to be 1 lap remaining for Adam Back on the Pro Yamaha. Armand Fourie in 2nd place has done an amazing second half of the race. And he stays ahead of Gabe DeToy. Devastator fading like a flower here, making mistakes late on in the race. Woo! The energy is coming up nicely as Adam Back threads the needle down Motul Alley. Going to try and do as clean as he can all of the passes to get through the lappers. Can't go for the double, just goes for the BMX manual. The main Yamaha man is at the bottom of the track, coming around. Adam Back is going to be taking the checkers in just a second. He's done an incredible job of work up and over the skips. Make some noise for Yamahas. Adam Back taking the first big win in support class. Armand Fourie in 2nd place. Coming through the lappers. Armand is going to get a number 2 spot. Gabe DeToy with the cannonball is going to be 3rd place. Gabe DeToy is going to get a number 3 spot. And a nice fight back for Devastator as he bangs bars with Prosty at the finish line. But it is Adam Back on the Pro Yamaha YZ250 that takes the first Pro-Am racing heat. That was a wild race. Woo! The Oaks are smoked out there. Next up will be our Pro category racers. Pro class riders, you guys should be at the bottom of the start ramp. The energy is coming up nicely here. Congrats to all of our pro support riders. Some incredible bar banging racing action there. And you thought you saw some good racing. Well, it's going to get even better. We are up next into the pro class of riders. Tired bodies, tired arms, tired motorcycles. But it's going to get real hot now as the pro class riders get themselves ready. Pro riders in the gates, please shut your engines. I'm going to call you by name. Pro riders in the gates, I'm going to call you by name, so please listen up. This is for gate pick. Riley Fillin, please take gate number 1. He's not coming. Wado, take the gate. Clarkey, gate 2. Ryan Sequeira. James Moore. Dylan Jones. J-Dog. Matt Stevens. Stefan van Deventer. Tristan Bonnekoenen. Tristan. Grant Durham. Grant Durham. Tom Schoonman. Heinrich. Owen Bonzier. Troy Adams. And Gabe DeToy. All right, for our pro class riders, this will be a 6-lap racing heat. Pro riders, a 6-lap racing heat. Riley Fillin, Wade Young, Clarkey, Cocker, Sequeira, Moore, Jonesy, K-Dog. There's going to be so many riders banging bars out here. A 6-lapper, but the laps will be the fastest you have seen so far out here at Monte Casino. 6-lap, heat number 1 of the pros coming up. right, we're closing in on a 2-minute gap here, guys. 2 minutes, course ready. All eyes on Brett, our checkered flag man. Remember, this will be a 6-lapper first racing heat for our pros. All right, ladies and gentlemen, under starters orders, our top pro riders on the flag. 6 laps of chaos coming at you. Woo! It looks like a bit of a jump there for Jonesy, but we'll see how the timing and scoring goes at the end of the day. Jonesy is going to see clear air. Wado is right there. Matt Stevens, as we expected, and James Moore goes for the outside line. Heinrich Aust, not the qualifier he wanted, but he's trying to race himself into a good position. Clarkey knocked out off the front row outside of the top 6 right now. Jonesy launching his way through there. Wado in the number 2 spot. Nice and calm about how he's taking on this race. Most of the pro riders will be doubling their way through up and over the berm. This is the first full lap, so 5 laps remaining for Jonesy as Jonesy goes out the front door. That's going to allow Wade to just ease his way through there. So Wade Young on the gas leader tread machine is out there doing the numbers. Just letting the race come to him. Allows the other riders to make the mistakes. Matt Stevens has an issue out there as Wade is now into the lappers. Just ticking off. Obstacle by obstacle. No issues for him out there. Wado, as we expected, the pre-race favorite, coming in and dominating. Heinrich Aust looks like he's moved himself up into a number 2 spot now with absolute chaos on Motul Alley. Clarkey may be recovering there as well, getting himself up to challenge his way inside of a top 3. Clarkey goes for the big huck as Wado is now deep into the lappers. With those mistakes on lap number 1 and 2 for the riders outside of the top 10, we're going to see a lot of passing for the slow riders for the pros. Wade through Motul Alley, no issues for him. Sequeira goes for the big gap. Wade follows him through. So it looks like everyone has found their groove now. A nice inside line for Wade. Wade over the tabletop. 3 laps remaining for Wado. So we're at half race distance for Wade Young on the 55 gas leader tread factory machine. The man with the Red Bull helmet trying to see what he can get done. The rest of the positions are really up for grabs. Onto the tabletop, Heinrich Aust is in the number 2 spot. Jonesy in 2nd and Clarkey in 3rd. So the race at the moment is for the number 2 spot as they are at the beginning of their 4th lap. Wade, the double concretes at the bottom of the course. Onto the tabletop. It's going to be 2 laps to go for Wado when he comes through. 2 laps to go for race leader Wade Young. The first mistake, just a small hook up at the finish line, but 2 laps to go for the 55. As with the rest of the races, start to see a little bit of attrition rate coming into play for our pro riders. Remember, the track is now beat up big time as everyone's starting to pass for position. Cocker starting to climb the ladder nicely. Gets through on Mr. Jones and Heinrich Aust as Moore somehow carries on and gets the job done. Matty Stevens is in good shape as he improves. Wade Young, race leader. 1 lap to go for Wado. 1 lap remains for Wade Young as our race leader runs the numbers out front. Putting a lot of very tasty riders 1 lap down already. Heinrich Aust in a big dice to try and get onto the back wheel of Mr. Jones. As Wade Young is now at the halfway marker of the final lap. Riders going down left, right, and center, getting jammed up. Mr. Jones on a big fight here as Heinrich Aust piles on the pressure as they start their final lap. Matty Stevens in with a shout of trying to squeak a top 3 flag. Here's Wado. The number 55 gas leader tread will take the first heat win in the pros. Job done for Wado. Told you these laps were going to be wild and crazy. This is not done yet for second place, though. Mr. Jones doing the big fight back. There's Clarkey. He's come through nicely. Mr. Jones trying to get the job done on the Trademur Group. Sherko, he's got rid of Heinrich Aust. So he's going to see the checkers. Everyone's coming home now as this brings to a close the first set of racing heats out there. Here's Jonesy. Got a bit of a flyer off the ramp, though, but he's going to see the checkers. There's Stevens, possibly moving himself up into a podium, just beating out Heinrich Aust at the final obstacle. That was a wild first racing heat for our pros. A lot of big swingers getting hooked up on laps 1 and 2, causing some problems out there. But we've already seen the first set of racing heats for our junior 85s and ladies, as well as the 65s. Support Pro-Ams, and that was our pro first set of racing heats. We're going to catch a little breather for about 10 minutes, and then we'll go racing into our second set of racing heats. Hope you guys are loving what is happening out here. This is Super Enduro Cross at Monty. All right, call out into the pits for our junior 85, 65, and ladies to get themselves ready and report at the start line, please. Junior 65, 85, and lady racers for your second racing heat of the day. Please report to start line. Once again, getting ourselves ready to lather, rinse, repeat. We've been through our first set of racing heats. We're going to do it all over again before we get ourselves ready for the main event later on. Junior 85, 65, and pro ladies, please come to the gate. So if you guys want to go and grab yourselves a bite to eat or a burger, we're racing again in 10 minutes time. We'll drop the flag on the second racing heat of our junior 65, 85s and pro ladies. Back on the gate in 10 minutes. Track crew, our hats are off to you. You're doing a fantastic job holding this track together for us. We're halfway through our racing segments of the day.
Come on, and we love the highs. We can fall apart, but baby, we'll get back tonight. I know you're scared of tomorrow, but I'll be with you. So what if I told you that we'll be alright? That I'll be by your side, one day we'll be alright. What if I told you that we'll be alright? That I'll be by your side, one day we'll be alright.
Once again, if any of our senior riders want to come and hang out with the kids at the track, help these dudes get through some of these wild obstacles that you just made look so easy. For the beautiful people out there of Monte Casino, we are halfway through our racing format for the day. Another set of racing heats for our juniors, ladies, and then we go into support, pro-ams and pros. And then we'll get ourselves ready for the main finals. The weather for now, just about playing the game. The track is hanging on by a thread. Just a request on behalf of our junior and lady riders for some of our senior riders to come out on the track and help them out. They want to show how it's done. Matty Wilson, thanks for stepping up there, buddy. Five minutes on the countdown, guys. 5 minutes to go. We'll just allow a couple of the senior riders to come and join us from the pits. We'll make it a nice family atmosphere out here. So any riders in the pits that can help us out with our junior riders, come on down. A 5-lapper race for our junior pro 65, sorry, 4-lap race. A 4-lap race for our junior pro 85, 65 and ladies. The man to beat out of heat number 1, Alonso Forster. Alonso, put your hand up for us. This is the dude that walked away with the win. Top lady, next, Piazza Musso getting the... And our 65s banging balls to see what they can get done. Camby, you got it last time. Let's see what you got, bro. Coming to the gate, we've got 3 minutes to go, Matty. All riders, 2 minutes, get yourselves hot. 2 minutes, get ready. Remember, all the riders will go through the whole shot, a very short section of track, then we start counting for a 4-lapper. 4 laps. For the juniors and the ladies, there's a couple of sections that do get cut out. They have a choice of going over the big main concrete block, or they can go under the tunnel. And they don't go over the pink skips. They will go to the inside there. Keeps racing nice and tight. Flag drop for heat number 2 of the juniors and ladies. Oh, JL drops the hammer hard there, loops it out, but just gets his toes down, so it's Wilco Deploy that will get the whole shots. With Piazza Musso in second place, our top lady. And little Stubby smashes his way up on the small wheel 85, up into a top 3. JL on the countback though. He's going to go up and over. That should see him move up into second place overall. So the top 2 85 pros go up and over and through. And race number 1 winner, Alonso Forster, is nowhere to be found right now. Chasing out hard in number 3 spot, but may be able to do the fight back. Wilco Deploy moves up into the lead. JL on the come down there is moving up the road. Piazza Musso still remains the top lady, 4th place in the overalls. Wilco Deploy So then, it is going to be 3 laps remaining for Wilco as JL starts to close him down, and Alonso Foster has now joined the party. So the top 3 85 pros separated by less than 5 seconds. With 3 laps remaining, JL gets hooked up there. Foster moves through. That's a change for second place in the overalls. Piazza Musso remains inside of that top 4 as once again the top lady. Gowdy is up the road there. Riders going out the front door. Piazza Musso, she's had some problems with that obstacle all day long, but she's taken the hits and rides it out once again. Wilco Deploy still in charge of the race overall. Alonso Foster in second place, and JL recovering nicely in third, closing him down over the big concrete blocks. It's 2 laps remaining for Wilco. 2 to go for our race leader as Foster starts to build up the pace. Alonso, our race 1 winner, is coming on. He stalled out in the rocks there, gets it recovered nicely. JL in third place, 2 laps remaining. So Wilco Deploy, we keep an eye on the lead athletes running the KTM in Pick and Bay colours. Ladies and the smaller 65s getting jammed up in the motors. Wilco Deploy, no issues for him, but Alonso Foster is now closing down. The gap is 2 seconds between the top pro 85s. It's now down to 1 second as they hit the concrete blocks, and Foster makes the pass on the concrete. Wilco Deploy hangs up on the bottom there. That's going to change things up. JL, John Luke moves through into the 2 spot as well. So Alonso Foster, with 1 lap remaining, takes over the race lead in the overalls. 1 lap to go for Alonso. Maddie in second place, getting closed down. 1 lap to go for John Luke van der Westhuizen. Second place in the Pro 85s. Wilco Deploy still jammed up at the bottom of the track there. No recovery for him. JL inside line on the rocks. Stays up on 2 wheels only just. Matty Wilson there, one of our top pros, making sure that he is in recovery mode. The Vans Racing Husky gets rolling. He stays in the number 2 spot and starts his final lap. Halfway through the final lap then for Alonso Foster. It's going to be 2 for 2 for the Husqvarna rider. He's got a quarter of the track remaining as Piazza Musso recovers nicely as our lady racer. Looks like she's going to go 2 for 2. Little Zack Attack stubs on the small wheels, but it's Foster that goes 2 for 2 in the Pro 85s to go as undefeated. That is going to crown him our Super Enduro Cross Junior 85 champion today as chaos ensues at the end of the vlog jam. Here's JL, John Luke van der Westhuizen. He's going to get a number 2 spot. That'll give him number 2 for the day. Camby Dupria, once again, hammering out another win in the 65s as the ladies and the remaining Pro 85s and 65s continue their final lap of racing. But it's Alonso Foster in the Pro 85s that goes 2 for 2 and will be our Super Enduro Cross champion at the first time of asking. Wilco Deploy in with a shot of a possible win there and got jammed up, lost around about a lap with his problems out there on the course. But once again, the juniors and ladies have done an incredible job of work to stay out there and hammer the nail on the track. The track is prime at the moment. The driest it's been. Little Zack Attack Stubbs putting on a show as he brings the small wheel 85 in, just outside of a potential top 3. As Maddie Gowdy and Piazza Musso come through, our ladies are home, and just 1 remaining 65 Pro didn't get peeled off, so Camby Dupria is going to get a glory run as our final rider out there. Incredible racing, and thank you for the action coming in for our junior Pro 85, 65s, and ladies. Give it up. They are job done for the day as we move forward into our remaining 3 racing heats. Glory lap here for Camby Dupria, winner on the 65s and our final wheel. Support class riders, you're up next. Junior 65s, 85s, and ladies, thank you for the show. It's been great having you with us. Now you can just hang out with the beautiful people. and enjoy the rest of Super Enduro Cross here at Monte Casino. Support class riders, stand by. We're about to bring you to the gates. So support class on the gate, another 5-lapper for these guys to rip the bars off. Bevan Frost, Aston Allen, Ryan Lammer, Clayton Cott, Justy Rom, Demel, Duplessis, Double G, Graham Griff, Bruno Nipua, Enzo Kuhn, Ryan Curtis, our race 1 winner, Matt Battersby, our first whole shot of the day, Michael Lanch, Calvin Garvey, Tristan Porches, Devin Piazza Musso, and Rourke Pedersen on the gates. 5 laps of chaos coming at you once again. starting to get twitchy up here on the starting pad. Gonna pop out under the Yamaha start arch, off the step down, through the start maze, and then it is 5 laps of crazy once again. On the skate, the winner of heat number 1, Ryan Curtis, on the 109 is the rider to keep an eye on. All right, we're on a countdown. All eyes on Flagman Brett. This is our second set of racing heats for our support class racers to see who makes it through into the finals. Here we go. Oh, Todd and Jamal, they got tangled there. That's going to give GG a chance. But look at it, it's Ryan Curtis, race number 1 winner, has somehow squeaked his way through and found clear air early on. First hole shot from heat number 1, Matt Battersby. Nice and solid in a number 3 position. Skeleton in place. Justin Rom inside of the top 5 at the moment. Bruno Nebula jammed up at the finish line as Todd, after that amazing start, is going to have to do it all over again and do the big fight back. Ryan Curtis skies it through, and it's going to be 4 laps remaining when we see Squirtus come on down. How did he get that right? He came out of the gates in 7th place, and he comes across the line with 4 laps to go in the lead once again. The 109 on the orange KTM in that black and gold full racing kit. Stays ahead of Fallon. Justin Rom has now moved up into the top 3 as it is ball-banging racing action to see who is going to jump up and get their position inside of the podiums. Double G, Rios had problems. Big Garvey on the rad machine. He's jammed up in the rock garden. Tristan Bourchiers has to go around the outside. Nebula goes around the outside. Caught inside. Maybe on the comeback. Still no problems for Curtis. Although Fallon looks like he may be climbing the ladder ever so slightly. Curtis is going to have to pray that that outside line stays open. It gets closed. So first problems for Curtis. Ryan Curtis staying patient. And it pays off. Stays in the lead as we are now in the lap. There's 3 laps to go for Curtis. Jamal does the big fight back, skies the finish, but keeps the back wheel down. Double G skies it and puts the front wheel down in the wrong spot. That's going to allow Garvey to climb the ladder and get back on points. Piazza Musso makes it over. He stays on the lead lap. Bourchiers just about up and over. Starting fires is Nebula, and Cod is there as well. Curtis is through the lappers. Curtis heading to the tabletops. It's going to be 2 laps to go for Curtis as people are falling over left, right, and centre. Ryan Curtis stays up, stays solid. It's going to be 2 laps remaining for the 109. Justin Rom now up into the 2 spots. Justin Rom has done an incredible middle of this race to get himself up into a podium position and challenge for a win possibly. Curtis slowing down on the logs at the bottom end of the course. Riders having issues at the finish line. Justin Rom passes for the lead. That's a dice for the lead. Ryan Curtis and Justin Rom up and over the double concrete. It's going to be 1 lap to go. And Justin Rom takes over the lead in the red kit. Justin Rom on a burner. And it's going to be 1 lap remaining for Justin Rom to try and stay ahead of Curtis. Bar-to-bar action for the final lap. And Curtis gets jammed. Curtis is not going to be able to recover from that one. The lap is just not long enough. Justin Rom in the red FXR kit is going to have to ride the lap of his life to try and stay ahead. Curtis may be able to go comeback. Riding a little bit tight down the logs, but Justin Rom halfway through the lap now on the 220 machine. One of our young riders on an 85 just last season moves up into the big show. Curtis is going to be happy with that second place. It's going to see him get through into the main event. But it's Justin Rom over the tables in the red kit. Justin Rom on the 220. Just got to get up and over the pinkies, and he's going to see the checkers and find his way into the big show at the end of the day. But it's not over yet. He's going to have to power it through. Justin Rom takes heat number 2, and it's going to be Curtis trying to find a creative line over the finish line to try and get his number 2 ride. It may have just slipped from his grasp, though. Curtis jammed up our race number 1, heat number 1 winner at the final obstacle. Just gets closed down as a lot of riders are on the big fight track. All right, the line gets open, the line gets cleared. But position after position is getting lost by Curtis as Battersby now comes back and fights his way to the flag. Curtis in that black and gold 4 kit, setting fires up there. Going to just use a last little bit of energy to see the checkers, but that's going to knock him out of the top 3. Pro-Am riders, you are up next. Pro-Am riders, we're going to be calling you to the gate. Congratulations to our support class riders. That got wild and crazy at the end there. Oh, Ghost Ride, one of the riders just losing his bike there, Jamal Duplessis, ghosting it to the finish. Everyone looks like they're okay. Riders just staying on their toes there. First Ghost Ride of the event. Well done to our sport class racers. That is you done. We have 2 races remaining in the day. 2 more races to go. We've got the Pro-Ams and the Pros. Pro-Ams are going to be calling you to the line.
I want to take you on. I know I can lose. I've been loving you. If you just let me, baby, make no move. Step across the line. Touch me one more time. Come on, let me. I want to take you on. I know I can lose. I've been loving you. If you just let me, let me, let me, let me, let me. If you just let me, baby, make no move. Step across the line. Touch me one more time. Come on, let me. I want to take you on. I know I can lose. I'll be loving you. If you just let me. Let me. If you just let me. Let me. If you just let me.
All right, guys, just so you know, reverse grid this time, hey? You saw this one coming. So I'm going to call you by name. These are our Pro-Am riders. Mitch Fallon, gate 1. Mitch Fallon. This might take a while, guys. I know it was a little bit of a wild one. Elbows in, just let these guys through. Brendan, just let that rider through behind. All right, I want you to get this right, so you're hanging in there, guys. All right, Alru, come to the gates. Curvis Bester. Curvis Bester. Ruben Flores. Ruby Roo. And Ruben Peters, please. Raymond Language. Tim Camp, Devastator, Devin Smith, Brendan Swanepoel, Adam Back, Armand, Jared Dick, Gabe, and Prosy. The guys that are chasing down the numbers, all eyes will be on the 198 on the Yamaha man. He starts at the back. Adam Back is going to have to come through the entire pack to try and go 1 for 1. There's some big swingers out there though. Gabe Detroit, Jared Dick, Armand Fourie and Adam Back. Watch out for Devastator, Wilson, and also the Danes Racing boys are on the front row. Elru van der Westhuizen and Devastator, as well as Fallon. They're in a very strong position. Ruby Roo, both of the Rubens. Ruben Flores and Ruben Peters on the outside of the front row. They've got a very good chance of running the numbers. Remember, it's only a 5 1/4 lap race. And after this, it is the big show. The final Pro Main comes up after this right now. 5 1/4 laps of Pro and Chaos as our penultimate race of the day. Here we go, guys. All guys on the flag. All eyes on the flag, man. Penultimate race of the day. About to drop the hammer. Check it out. Curtis Best against the cheese. Devastator gets it done, and everyone else gets hooked up coming out of the whole shot. So Curtis Bester, Devastator, Ruben Flores, and it looks like Maddie Wilson in the number 4 spot. David Toy, nice recovery from him. Brendan Swanepoel and Elru van der Westhuizen. The cork in the bottle. Elru's going to make it up and over, so he stays inside of that top 7. Armand Fourie trying to see what he can do about the big fight back there. Brendan Swanepoel, top Shoko rider, on the money at the moment, at the back end there. Devastator tags the back wheel of Curtis Bester, and Bester is the first rider to clean lap number 1. That is absolute chaos at the finish line. Kevin Frost gets up and over on the beta. Our race leader, Curtis Bester, still hasn't crossed the line. That means Gabe Detroy has got a chance of recovering here. Gabe Detroy now in the blue is your race leader, number 95. Everyone trying their best to get around. It's going to have to get physical. Mitch Fallon and Curtis Bester, the cork in the bottle as Fourie moves through into second place, smashing his way into a podium position. Mitch Fallon also moves up now into 3rd place. Lots of chopping and changing as Kevin Frost Sr. goes out the front door but recovers nicely. It is Gabe Detroy in that blue Just One racing kit on the Roost KTM that is in the lead at the moment, as the finish line is an absolute yard sale.
Everyone trying to figure it out. Super Specialist been there for a lap and a half. And Bester finally gets that front wheel up and over. Trying desperately to clear the gates. Gabe Detroit continues to run on out there. Detroit continues to be our race leader. Armand Farid trying to get himself up into, it looks like he is running a second place at the moment, but still Detroit running the numbers. It's going to be 3 laps to go. It's been 2 very slow opening laps of the race with loads of riders jammed up on the start line. Swanepoel now makes his way through. Alru van der Westhuizen trying to get himself up there into the mix. Ruben Flores trying to work those legs and dance that machine up and over. Flores now moves himself up onto the lead lap as it's 2 laps remaining for Gabe Detroit on the 95. Somehow he has managed to stay out of trouble and keep making those passes. Your race leader is the 95 on the Roost KTM of Gabe Detroit heading on down the chute there. He's got a lap and a half remaining. Schoonbridge gets jammed up. Armand Detroit on the Raceworks KTM still in the hunt. Working as hard as he possibly can. Gester once again having problems on the finish line jump as Jared Dick makes his way through. Jared Dick maybe chasing a top 5 here at the moment. There's been so much jumping and changing. Detroit though, Gabe Detroit on the Roost KTM in the Just One blue kit is about to start his last lap. As soon as he can get up and over that finish line, he is going to be on his final lap. But we'll keep an eye on everyone else. 1 lap to go for Gabe Detroit on the 95 machine. Ahmed Farid was doing an amazing job to close him down. Looks like Farid is still potentially in the number 2 spot. Ruben Flores got jammed up there. Ahmed is just going to have to muscle his 300cc KTM through. Tries to find a line up the middle there. Could not find the hook. And this has been a war of attrition for the riders. But the flag is now about to come out for Gabe Detroit. I don't know how he managed it, but he has stayed out of all of the trouble and chaos. The race leader in the blue, the 95 Roost KTM of Gabe Detroit is coming out. That's going to be him taking the checkers to Gabe Detroit in the Pro-M. Gets the job done, and we'll see the checkers. Detroit, I don't know how he stayed away from all that chaos, but he got the job done. Woo! The penultimate race of the day, and certainly that finish line jump causing all kinds of madness. Ruben Peters throws it up there to try and see if he can get it done. Gester has some major problems out there. Devastator recovers. Alru van der Westhuizen recovers. And in fact, just could not make the passes out there to try and climb the ladder. The race 1 winner is going to finish outside of the top 5 of this race. Raymond Language comes through. Farid, Armand may have stayed inside of that top 3. But there was absolute madness there on our penultimate race of the day. Next up, oh, that was a gnarly one. Next up, it's our final race of the day. We'll do a quick track check, make sure everything is good to go. But the final race of the day is coming up, the Pro, heat number 2. That will decide all of our results for the rest of the day. One more bit of racing action to come before I get ourselves ready for a nice party. We'll take a short break after the final race to make sure that we get all of our points and scoring absolutely dialed in. And then we'll do a nice podium celebration. That's going to be at the Yamaha Arch. Final riders, though, are about to go out and do battle. The second heat of the Pro main event coming up. just taking a 5-minute break, and then we will bring you the last race of the day. That's going to be heat number 2 of the Pro main events to see who is going to get the cheese. We'll take a short break after that, get all of our points and positions together, and do our podium celebrations. Final bit of racing action coming up after a short repair job on the track. To the gate in the next 2 minutes, reverse grid. So make sure that when you listen and hear your names, you come. I'm only calling once. All right, pros, listen up. First gate pick will go to Troy Adams. Troy Adams, come forward or lose your gates. Second gate will be Heinrich Ast. Gav Cocker. Tommy Schumann. Grant Durham. Tristan Bonskuden. Stefan van Deventer. Matt Stevens. J-Dog. Mr. Jones. James Moore. Ryan Sequeira. Clark
what you say, but it's all for
This is our final race of the day, and to decide our pro top three.
What you say, that you only meant well.
Once all the timing tags have been checked, the riders will get themselves positioned once again. A 6-lapper event where all eyes will be on race number 1 winner, the 55 of Wade Young, who lines up as final. That's the last rider out of the gates. Guarantee you there's going to be a physical race coming at you. 6 laps for our final race of the day here at the inaugural running of Super Enduro Cross out here at Monte Casino. Beats per minute event company bringing you this amazing tour. This is round 1 of a 5-round series. In just over a month's time, we head down to Marisburg to do it all over again. But this is where it started. This is where it all began. This is the final bit of racing action out here at Monte. 6 laps for the pros.
It's just whoever with me, you decide this, what you say.
Superstar runs the numbers out front. Heinrich Aust and Gianna are going to do the big chase down, and Wado has already made his way up into the top 5. Last out of the gates and already charging through the field like a hot knife through butter. J-Dog jammed up. Clarkey, he had a good first racing heat. He's got to come through the pack as well. Heinrich Aust through the chase down. Dav Cocker with about a 2.5-second lead. It's absolutely sublime right now. So Cocker running the numbers. Heinrich Aust in 2nd place. And Wado already up into 3rd place. Cocker praying that he's got enough in the tank to get the job done. It's 5 laps to go now as our top 3 runners do the chase down. Big old 2-tall, James Brewer and Mr. Jones trying to see what they can do about getting back on point. Matty Stevens couldn't get the gate that he wanted. He is jammed up, and the 2nd place battle has now come to life. Wado, inside, outside. Heinrich Aust both on gas machines, trying to see if they can work together to close things down on the factory Husqvarna of Dav Cocker. Cocker at the moment in great form. Eyes up. Now we come into the lappers. This is going to be the story from now on. Can Dav Cocker stay out there long enough to survive the onslaught coming from the double five of Wade Young? Young now into the number 2 spot. He has gapped Heinrich out straight away. And the 55 is just letting this race come to him. Stefan Van Giverter, big fight back. He's going to streak his way into the top 5. Here's the move. It's coming. It's about to happen. Both skying the double. At the concrete turnarounds, there may be a change of lead. Cocker inside, Wade outside on the tabletop. Cocker and Wade now with 3 laps remaining. 3 laps to go for our race pros. Cocker inside, Wade outside. That's the change of the lead. Cocker still in the 2 spot. Oust stays 3rd. James Brewer now battling for a podium with Jonesy coming along for the ride. Trying to pick up on Oust. He's okay for now. Wado in good shape. 2.5 laps remain for our pro. Cocker doing a sublime job. I don't think he's going to get caught. Cocker looks like he's got 2nd place wrapped up as Heinrich Oust is in a 3 spot, about to get closed down by James Brewer. Into the lappers deep now. Wado keeping an eye on things. It's 2 laps to go for Wado. 2 to go. And Cocker still hanging tough there. Is not out of this one. The 2nd place battle heating up with Cocker, Oust, and James Brewer. And now Mr. Jones on the Sherco is not giving up on this one. 1.5 laps remain for Wado as he comes deep into the traffic. Wado now controlling all of his lines, hitting all of his marks, staying out of trouble, and praying that everyone stays up on 2 wheels. That 3rd place guys coming in. Jonesy was trying to close things down on Oust. He could not get the job done though. It is going to be 1 more lap for Wado. 1 more lap for the 55 as he clears the gates. Cocker stays in 2nd place, heading on to the final lap. Moore now on the factory KTM is there. Oust jams up while he was in a sweet spot for number 4. And Mr. Jones is going to have another bite of the cherry to try and get 4th place back. Jones moves up as Oust could not find it. Here's Wado on the 5-5 then. He is around the concrete blocks. He's over the tabletop. Ladies and gentlemen, on the factory gas leader tread, Red Bull machine, Wade Young is your king of Monte Casino as he takes 2 wins back to back. The perfect day and the perfect score for Wado. Dav Cocker, 2nd place, is going by the bar. This is for the number 2 spot. Cocker ghosts it. That one is going to go down to timing and scoring. But a ghost ride across the finish line for Cocker is either a 2nd or a 3rd. It's either a 2nd or a 3rd for Dav between himself and James Brewer. Sequira gets jammed up there. Mr. Jones and Oust. This is a fight for 4th place. Oust doing CrossFit at the finish line there is going to drag that bike across. And the chain breaks at the finish line. An amazing result. And Oust is going to get that number 4 finish with a broken chain. What an amazing story. 4th place, literally muscled the bike across. But ladies and gentlemen, your king of Monte Casino at the inaugural running of the beats per minute Super Enduro Cross out here at Monte Casino. Give it up for Wade Young. That was rock and roll racing. Guys, don't go anywhere. The party is just about to start. We're going to take a couple of minutes to get ourselves ready for the podium celebrations. But thank you to all of you beautiful people for hanging out with us. Thank you to Monte Casino for hosting us, to Beats Per Minute for putting on the amazing show, for all the riders across all of our junior, ladies, support, pro and categories. It's been great to have you here. Enjoy.
We'll come back to you guys at the finish line soon when we go ahead with our podium celebrations. That was a banger of a final race and an epic way to end off what has been a great day of racing.
the rock in front. I'm keeping on with my words so strong, pure perfection from beginning to the end. I'm here once again, blow your mind with the rock in front. I'm keeping on with my words so strong, pure perfection from beginning to the end. I'm here once again, blow your mind with the rock in front. I'm keeping on with my words so strong, pure perfection from beginning to the end. I'm here once again, blow your mind with the rock in front. I'm keeping on with my words so strong, pure perfection from beginning to the end. I'm here once again.
to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I know anybody's gonna be lonely without the reason they got someone to care for. Maybe all you need is a shoulder to cry on. If that's a fact, then I'll be more than you ever could dream of. If all you need is my time, that I got plenty of, I'll dedicate all my love unto you, oh baby. I wanna stay by your side, be there to cool you up, and let you know. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. If all you need is my time, that I got plenty of, I'll dedicate all my love unto you, oh baby. I wanna stay by your side, be there to cool you up, and let you know. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. Feel like something could be going on.
Feel like something could be.
Feel like something could be going on. There ain't no other for me, it's only you.
Shake that thing, Miss Gonna shake that. Shake that thing, Miss Annabella, shake that. Shake that thing, Miss Gonna shake that. Shake that thing, Miss Gonna get busy. Girl, shake that booty non-stop when the beat drops. Just keep swinging it.